Malin. I'm not crazy, Malin. I've just been in a very bad mood for 40 years. 40 years.
Carpe diem. Carpe diem.
Got lots of love. Got lots of love. Got lots of love. 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 Love.
One team's journey ends here. And well, in all, the Pack Academy ends here, either with a win or a loss. They are done after this game. So the stage is really set here for a banger of a series. The Pack Academy does not want to go out without a championship. And Vortex, with an ex-Pack Academy player, I mean, what more of a storyline could we have here, Shadowfang?
Yeah, and you're looking at Vortex, who won the mid-season tournament, but has been on a little bit of a relative slump, you know, from going undefeated to losing 2 games in the last half of the season. But as you can see, they did play each other previously. Vortex did pretty well. Did the Pack Academy learn from that last game? That's what we really want to see. This is going to be a first to 4 series, so they're going to have several opportunities, several different map types. They can force them onto some maps where they know they might not be as comfortable.
Yeah, this could be a great series to start things off. And well, before we talk about the first map that you're currently seeing in the background, let's talk about these rosters coming in from. Let's start off with Vortex here. We've got on the DPS line, we've got Infinite and Awesome, and then the tank role. And speaking of which, I want to say, Infinite is that Pack Academy team member, and then we got Awesome, like I said, Wisdom, who was previously a DPS player for them, rotated over to the tank spot when they got Infinite. Then Kenku and Bird the Dog on the support line.
All right, yeah, and now we can talk about the Pack Academy's lineup, which is going to be, you're going to have the Overlord on tank, you're going to have Quiche, and what are you doing, Kiko, on DPS, Plebeian, and Cordy B on support. It's going to be a really, really strong matchup between the two sides. You know, for sure, like we said, Infinite, an old team member, is going to want to get back to the old team. It always brings a little extra level of competition to it.
It really does. It really does. And well, the competition has already been set. The stage for our first round of the grand finals has been chosen. And the first map is going to be, well, I already rumored it. I already leaked it. We're going to Ilios to start things off here, Shadowfang.
Yep, we're going to Ilios. It has probably the most diverse 3 maps of any of the control maps, because there's so many different comps you can run on maps. I wouldn't be surprised to see anything from a dive comp to like a ball comp to even they just run out on Reinhardt and do some extra supports. Like there's several.
There really is. I'm just excited to see how these two teams attack this, because, well, I'm so used to casting at the highest, well, not the highest tier, but one of the higher tiers of Overwatch, the tier 3, tier 2.5s, kind of, where every team has to run meta, or if you don't, you have to run a perfect counter composition to them.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm excited to come back to this Plat division for the grand finals. I'm excited to see how these two teams decide to attack things. It's not the end, and the meta's not the end all be all, and it should be nice for a nice change of pace for the avid Overwatch fans.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, when I was in tier 2, it was nothing but Reinhardt. Every game it was Reinhardt. That's all anybody ever wanted to play. So if that's what it is down here again, you know, I'd be totally happy to watch that all series. But, you know, I feel like Ramatra is a very similar sort of composition, but it's also one of those meta comps that we were talking about. So you could sort of be doubling up on that here.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there, as we are loading now in to start off our grand finals. The map's loaded in, but we're still here waiting for the players to pick their compositions, pick what they're running. As I mean, why would we go in when we don't really need to just yet? There we go. We're headed into the game.
All right, so we're going to be looking at Well for this very first map, and on Well in particular, I kind of expect dueling Winstons. just for Well. I think you can get a little bit more diverse on other maps, but Well it just feels too perfect to be playing a Winston or a Diva.
Yeah, as well, we're gonna see here. Well, no, never mind, Shadowfang. You're wrong. You're 0 for 1 to start things off here today.
It was a guess.
It was
It was a shot. You miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah, Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. Yeah. So, interestingly enough, okay, I was about to say there's I don't see a world of when we go out on Doomfist from Vortex, but I mean, this is interesting. I was not expecting to see an Orisa come out from either of these teams, and the Pack Academy starting things off with it.
It makes sense, though. I imagine the Orisa is to try and sort of pin the ball in place long enough for the Cassidy and the Reaper to blow up the Wrecking Ball.
Well, they're going to start things off. The nice plays come in already from Wisdom, forcing out some resources from the Pack Academy, still trying to get into a nice position to, well, attack this point as they're still contesting it. No one's coming in, but Infinite's going to start things off. Plebeian is out of this fight, and that is huge. No amount, that's an absorbent amount of healing now gone. Damage now gone as well. Infinite going wild for Vortex to start things off.
Yeah, Infinite is just seeing these clumped up players, and just nice kill there from Awesome to finish off that Mercy. Infinite is just seeing these players clumped up and just getting sticky bomb lands on all of them. Awesome almost has this pulse bomb also coming out into this next fight. Quiche is now Widowmaker. No, never mind.
Yeah, I don't see a world where Widow really would have worked. Soldier 76, I mean, definitely a lot better of a choice for some consistent damage coming in for the Pack Academy as they're going to rotate up to high ground here, trying to stay alive. The Pulse Bomb comes through, takes out the Immortality Field, but the follow-up from the rest of Vortex is there as they're able to hold on yet again, pushing up to 40%.
And it only took that pulse bomb. Like, now they're going to be walking in with a minefield and a copy. Who do you copy here, though? If you're going to be Infinite, you can try the Orisa, but with the reduced health that you now get from tanks, I don't know if you'll be able to stay alive long enough to do anything.
Yeah, it'll be definitely interesting. A nice pile driver coming in from Wisdom there. It's forcing, what are you doing, Kigo, to go back to spawn already. Another nice pile driver coming through. The follow-up there from the rest of Vortex, but they do lose Awesome in the meantime, but there's still just an overwhelming presence from Vortex. Infinite is just going wild. They are showing up their former team on this first round as the Terror Surge comes in from the Overlord. Does force a lot of people down low, but again, there's no one there to follow it up.
Yeah, that's just kind of one of those upset ults, right? You kind of want to turn that fight as much as you want to turn that fight, and Overlord swapping to the Junker Queen. I think this is actually going to help out a lot more with the Wrecking Ball than the Orisa would.
I really do like the Junker Queen, but the main thing is getting to the touch in time. They get there. They've already lost Plebeian. Quiche goes down as well. Wisdom finds out two to wrap things up. Wisdom still going wild, and that is going to be that. Round number 1 goes to Vortex.
Yeah, really good fight. Vortex just repeatedly catching one or two players out from the side of Pack Academy, and they were just really not able to make it to points to get like a really solid fight in there. Maybe this next point will work a little bit better for Pack Academy. It looks like they're gonna possibly try the Ana here instead. I think if you're Pack Academy, you have to play the Sombra hero if you want this Wrecking Ball to be gone. You might just have to play the Sombra hero.
Yeah.
The Diva could also work really well.
Yeah, I was thinking, I do like the Junker Queen that the Overlord was attempting to run with against Wisdom on the Wrecking Ball, and I think I like it a little bit better now that they're going into Lighthouse. It's a lot closer, and they're able to land those Jagged Blade shots a lot easier now, but I mean, the Diva still works well. Still is able to take that high ground away from the Vortex if they do so please. As you're going to start things off, Infinite looking for some damage, looking for Quiche in the backline, but the shots are coming through, holding them at bay, not able to keep them going, but there, well, finally the focusing beam takes down Quiche. In the end, it's looking good for Vortex yet again to start off strong with the point capture.
Yeah, just honestly, really nice kill there from Infinite, winning that 1v1 against Quiche, and now it's just going to be easy cleanup for the side of Vortex to finish this point off.
Yeah, the points falling off, the Overlord off the side of the map, and, well, Vortex takes the first point.
Yeah, I really think the Pack Academy is making this a little bit too difficult on Quiche, because trying to deal with nice sleep.
Yeah, as Cordy B already out of this fight thanks to the sticky bombs of Infinite. As I mean, this is looking rough for him right now. They've got to figure something out, how to deal with this composition that Vortex is running.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just putting a little bit too much pressure on Quiche to hit these shots onto this Echo and the Mercy player, because there's not really too many people that can deal with it besides the Cassidy.
They're going to come in awesome, already finding one nice pulse bomb. Eat though from the Overlord is there, as that can be the start, maybe the change that they're looking for. Kenku did use their Valkyrie in the end, as now they come through, and then they're going to have to rotate around.
Yeah, this copy's going to have to be dealt with. This nano boost needs to be big so that, oh, that's not good.
Not at all, Cordy B. And then Bird the dog takes Kigo off the side of the map. They are going to use the nano boost, but again, there's just not enough damage coming from the rest of the squad. The self-destruct comes through. Can they land anything? They get the remap kill onto Bird the dog, but they can't stay in mech long enough. The res is going to be there. The Overlord off the side of the map. 80 seconds to, or 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, Cordy B needs to be careful here that they don't get caught out again, because they are a little ahead of their team. There's a lot of ultimates just coming in here. I think you've just got to try and catch somebody with this blizzard. You got to try and catch somebody with this blizzard so that they can't get caught with the sound barrier.
Just a little too late there from the Pack Academy. Almost able to contest in the end. And, well, Vortex are going to start things off, though. 1-0 after map number 1.
Yeah, honestly, just a really solid ball comp. They were Vortex was able to consistently just find somebody out by themselves and kill them. A lot of the times, too, I noticed that Wisdom was able to hit like a pile driver, and someone would get separated by the pile driver. Typically, it would be one of the DPS, but somebody on the side of Pack Academy would be separated, and it's just an easy kill and cleanup, and then 5v4, that's just an easy fight win for Vortex.
Yeah, it really was, in the end, very easy for them to start things off in a 1-0 fashion. Well, now, things can change up a little bit. Obviously, now the Pack Academy have the map pick in hand. They can take them to where they want, try to force them away from this Wrecking Ball composition.
Yeah, I think... I think it's probably going to have to be King's Row, honestly.
You say that, but it's not the end-all be-all. I've seen a lot of Wrecking Ball comps on King's Row recently.
Yeah, you can play it on any map. I'm trying to particularly think of a map where you can, I don't know, deal with those separating and isolating comps the best, and King's Row is just the one that comes to my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only one in the pool that really does that. I mean, Hollywood and Blizzard World boat itself wall to dive compositions throughout the first 2 points of it, and somewhat of the third for Hollywood as well. So, I mean, I gotta agree with you. King's Row has to be the way they go, but I don't know if it's going to be the change that they're looking for.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I really think that Pack Academy might just have to do that Sombra swap, make Wisdom's life so terrible that they have to swap off of the Wrecking Ball, and when you swap the Wrecking Ball, you have to swap most of the other characters, I imagine.
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, Sombra would work. Probably, maybe even a Torbjorn coming in from them as well to even help with if Infinite decides to continue to run that Echo. The Torbjorn turret really helps out with it. But I mean, it is a wait and see here. I mean, that's what we're waiting to see, and well, it looks like it is going to be Kings Row coming in from them. I'm sorry, Hippie. I jumped the gun a little bit too early before you got it ready. Now the map pool is ready to show you. Kings Row going to be our map number 2.
It doesn't surprise me. Like I said, I think it's going to be Pack Academy's best chance at dealing with the ball comp is going to be on this particular map.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I'm just confused a little bit with what what they're going to be running and what Vortex is going to be running as well. We saw them run that Wrecking Ball comp. It's just more of a question: can they continue to run it, or do they have more than just that composition in their back pocket right now?
Most likely, with them being the number 1 team in the tier for the entire season, I imagine they are going to have that flexibility to play other comps. And I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Ramatra come out here.
Yeah, that is probably what we're gonna probably see from them here. It's other than I mean, obviously Reinhardt is still very well on this map. And I mean, you could also run. They'd run like you can run on Orisa even if you want to. It's probably not the best, but I mean it's still possible to run here.
Yeah. And I definitely expect a May of some sort. It's gonna be tough if Infinite's gonna continue to run that Echo. The Pack Academy are probably gonna need to run some sort of hit scan play into that just to try and deal with it somewhat, especially with the pocket.
Yeah, it's just kind of it is a question of counterplay. It is really much like chess right now for both of these two teams. It's just, I mean, we're waiting to see when the readies come in. Then we can really talk about what the compositions are going to be, what their the counter picks from Pack Academy is, and what and maybe the counter plays that Vortex will want to run. Is we do have a side swap. It does look like Vortex is going to be attacking first here on Kings Row.
And I definitely didn't dislike the Ana Brig from the side of Pack Academy. It's just Brig's new ultimate, Big Shield Brig, is harder to use than you would expect it to be. Like, you have to be very strategic with it. It's kind of similar to Goat's Brig in that you can think of her as being really strong with it, but it's more like you have to figure out the correct things to bash and what time to bash them at so that you can allow your team to get some kills. So it could be a little bit more difficult than people would expect. And Pack Academy is looking like they're going to walk out on this Rhine comp.
Yeah, and I mean, this is... Okay, the only question I have here is Plebeian on the Mercy here. They are going to swap over to the Reinhardt, but still that just makes me even question things more with Cordy B on the Baptiste instead of saying Ana.
Yeah. I mean, the Baptiste will be definitely good for the Ram and the May because they should be pretty close together all game. And it looks like, but look here, side of Vortex is going to have a Lucio Ana for their Ramatra, so it's going to be a little difference in comps here.
Yeah, that like I was talking about, works so well with the Ramatra. Boosting them even without the Annihilation is just so much damage that can come out from the Ramatra. But hey, it's working well already for the Pack Academy, this new composition that they are running. Quiche finds 2 and forces back Vortex.
Alright, so that might be why Pack Academy decided to play the Mercy. They want to damage boost their Quiche on this Hanzo. it seems like a good decision so far.
Yeah, it definitely is. As now the rotation looking to come through from Vortex, but you're going to be met with a Maywall as Wisdom is caught out. The Sleep Dart is going to be there knocking down the Overlord for the time being, but they are still holding out against him. A nice anti-nade though, forcing Overlord to maybe play a little bit more passive. A lot of people are low on the side of Pack Academy right now. Awesome at this angle, still looking for some picks, but still nothing doing for Vortex now as they rotate around away from the hotel, as that's going to be Infinite finding the Overlord out. They need a pick and they need it now. They have the Annihilation available and they're going to get the res here. Are they going to pop it? They do. The Annihilation comes through, but Wisdom finds more with it. Finding two. The Annihilation does still find another one. Bird the Dog comes through. The blocking from Overlord to try to stabilize on the point. Plebeian finds one with the Mercy pistol, but Vortex look to cap first point.
Yeah, I mean, just a really big turn there, and it's all from, as you said earlier, the Ana pick of Kenku. Kenku is making all the plays right there from the nano boost. Hold on, do we have a touch here?
We do have a touch, and Kigo has found one. They've got to keep up the Overlord. There's the Blizzard as well. The Pulse Bomb coming out. Gonna find Plebeian is not what you wanted to see. Awesome coming in, taking out both of the supports and wrapping things up for Vortex. Oh, the Dragon Strike? Question mark?
You know, it happens. It happens. Wisdom is going to have this Ramatra ult again, though, getting so many punches off into the Pack Academy throughout that recontest. Kenku is not going to have the nano boost this time, but Kenku can always land another big anti-nade like they did on the Pack Academy in the last fight.
Yeah, I'm still interested with Plebeian's choice of the Mercy. I mean, it has been working well. They were able to keep that fight in their favor for a little bit thanks to the Mercy res, and that's what I'm expecting that is being used for currently, but that speed boost from Bird the Dog can just get that get those engagements a little bit quicker than the rest of the squad. But hey, the Overlord's going to start things off here and now. The Annihilation coming through from Wisdom, knocking down Plebeian, looking for more, takes down the Overlord, and while Vortex continues their push.
Yeah, I mean, the Ramatra ult is just so powerful when you have it caught up in that tight area, and Plebeian and Cordy B have swapped to an Ana Kiriko comp. Interesting, trying to get the antis off themselves, but be able to cleanse them with Plebeian's Suzus.
Yeah, as now they look to come in here. And it is okay. So they've gotten over to the Ana now, but well, Kigo's already out of this fight. It's not what you wanted to see. The Impulse Bomb comes to what? How does it find two? No! The Overlord pops their Annihilation as well as Vortex just continue. The red carpet is there for them.
Oh, that was tragic. Infinite jumped backwards to like probably dodge some bullets or something and just landed right on the Pulse Bomb. That is one of those unlucky moments that just happens sometimes in Overwatch. Kenku is going to have Nano Boost, though. You can get these Nano Boost Ramatra punches off here, which, as you said earlier, it's really strong even without that Annihilation.
Well, okay. The Pack Academy has made the decision to go over to the Reinhardt here in the face of Vortex and the Ramatra of Wisdom. The Dragon Strike is going to be the thing to start things off. The forcing out, and Kigo goes down early on. Kish, though, made the swap over the Torbjorn. It's working out well, finding awesome out, but, well, immediately afterwards, they go down to a nice arrow coming in from Infinite. Now, things are looking a little bit rough for Pack Academy. They were a little bit, it was doable previously, as now the Nano Boost comes in. Things are freezing up on my end, but still the kills coming in for a Vortex. The Kitsune rush has to be massive here, but they've already lost 3, make it 4. The Sound Bear to end things off as Vortex complete the map in 2 minutes and 27 seconds on the board.
I mean, Wisdom is just absolutely popping off on this Ramatra right now. They're just running through, just getting punches across like 2-3 players at a time, and just confirming a lot of these kills for the side of Vortex.
Yeah.
Occasionally, though, Awesome has been going in that back line, getting those nice pulse bombs off. Kenku been landing nice nano boosts, nicely timed nano boosts as well. It's just been a really, really good team effort from Vortex.
It really has. It really has indeed as well. Now we look to continue this the attack now for the Pack Academy, as well. Finally, they're gonna do it. They're gonna be using the Ana Lucio, which I feel is the superior composition, or at least support composition when using a Ramatra in the game. But and Vortex going away from it now. They're back to the Baptiste.
And it looks like Quiche is going to be running the Reaper instead of that Torb we saw them on there towards the end of the third point. Oh, no, Sojourn. We'll see when they walk out. But Vortex, we do know Awesome is going to be on May this time instead of that Tracer they were on towards the end. And Kenku has swapped off the Ana onto a Baptiste.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to work well. The May is there just because they're now on defense. I'm having to assume. But the rotation's going to come through from the Pack Academy. They are going to be forcing them out, but Infinite's already found the shots on the Kigo and force them back. That's a lot of that separation that can come through from the May is no longer there. Infinite around the back finds Quiche as well. Now the rest of the pack are just kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, and well, the end is death as Awesome finds 3.
Yeah, I mean, Vortex did a really good job of kind of just funneling the Pack Academy to exactly where they wanted to. And again, Quiche got caught out by themselves. Easy little flank around by Infinite to take them out, while the rest of their team fights towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, as they are now looking to get things underway. They are almost built up to this annihilation from the Overlord, which it needs to be big, and hopefully they can get the nano boost up as well to really outduel Wisdom, as they're still rotating around here.
Yeah, kind of just poking for ult charge. That's really all you can do at this point. You gotta try and deal with Wisdom's annihilation that's gonna be coming out here very, very shortly.
Yeah, and it's already built up. The Amp Matrix is the go sign for Vortex, and they've already taken down the Overlord. What are you doing, Kigo, though? Finding a pick on to Awesome. But again, one pick is not enough in the grand scheme of things for the Pack Academy. They're down to 2 minutes, but they do have one tick on the board.
And they did at least manage to force the window out of Vortex in that fight, but the big key is Cordy B does not have sound barrier up yet to try and deal with some of these ultimates that Vortex is going to be walking into this fight with. So I'm not really sure how Pack Academy can deal with this.
Well, the Blizzard's going to be the one to go. The Annihilation has come out from the Overlord. They aren't finding things, but there's the Nano Boost finally available, and that should be the opening that they were hoping for, but no, Wisdom pops their Annihilation a bit later. There's the Death Blossom in response to take them out of the fight. Kigo and the Overlord finally opening things up for the Pack Academy.
Yeah, the Overlord hit a really nice flank there to take out a couple players from Vortex early to really confirm that fight. End up being a very split fight, and Kigo confirms it there at the end. Really, really nice play. And Pack Academy is left with their sound barrier and overclock still, while Vortex only has a Dragon Strike, which probably won't get too much, I imagine.
Well, I mean, I've seen crazier things done with a Dragon Strike, but
Ugh.
I mean, you might not even need the Dragon Strike when you're hitting shots like that, as they come in already back and starting their hold at the archway, which is a huge defensive positioning for Vortex.
Yeah, and Awesome has swapped off of that May back onto this Tracer, which was giving Pack Academy a lot of problems in the initial defense.
Yeah, as now they look to come out of this. They do have the overclock available. Finally, the sound barrier is there as well. But you might want to hold on to it for the time being with the Annihilation to come in any second now. But, well, they use it there, but find no real good value. They get 3 people, but the main targets that they were looking for do not get the over health that they needed, as Vortex are holding on to this point.
Yeah, that was just really a really easy isolation. They used the Dragon Strike to isolate the Overlord, and it's just easy kill there. Infinite gets Quiche again, probably walking out the spawn door.
Not good at all, not good at all here, and especially since Vortex have pushed this cart past the archway back towards the spawn of Pack Academy right now, as Infinite again finding the shots onto the Pack Academy squishy heroes, taking Plebeian down. They're forced to really wait for them to before they can really engage. They've got the Annihilation though. They've got this nano boost available as well, and they're gonna pop things off with both of those ultimates coming in. Mega Annihilation coming through for the side of Pack Academy, finding 3.
There you go. That's exactly what you needed if you were Pack Academy. Just a big, aggressive, I'm going to press W type moment to really flip the fight around. Because look, Vortex had all these ultimates, was not able to pop a single one of them just due to the sheer aggression Pack Academy walked at them with. That being said, they are going to still have these 4 ultimates coming in here. I'm going to be watching out for Awesome's Pulse Bomb. They've been really good with those so far.
They really have indeed. It's the Annihilation going to be the thing to kick things off yet again, but they're super low. They've only found Kigo out of this. Now they can open things up. They got the healing back, and Wisdom finds 3 yet again. Vortex with a team kill.
And it only cost you the Annihilation and the Pulse Bomb. That's all that fight win cost you. And the big exchange here is going to be that sound barrier versus you have a Blizzard or a Death Blossom if you're the side of the Pack Academy. I think you should probably use the Blizzard to try and force sound barrier and to give yourself an opportunity to have a good Death Blossom afterwards.
Well, they've got to do something here, Shadow, because, well, it's down to 20 seconds to go. The Death Blast are going to come on high. Find 1, knock down 2. That's huge. A lot of damage now gone. Kigo from on high finds another one. Bird the dog out of this fight. And now things are looking up for them. They're probably going to be able to capture this. And if they don't, they still have the sound barrier available to, the Blizzard available to solidify the fight, but the Dragon Strike's going to be things to start things off. They did get the point capture, though, in the midst of all of that, so they do have a new lease on life.
Yeah, it definitely feels good if you're Pack Academy to get that point captured, and it didn't really cost you anything to do so. You actually got an ultimate out of Vortex when you capped the point. And you still have the Blizzard. You're about to have the Nano Annihilation as well, which has worked really well for them so far.
See, the only problem is the Pack Academy really have no way to get this point with time on the board. As now the Annihilation comes through, the Nano Boost there as well. As this should be, yet again, the Pack Academy opening things off is awesome. Almost goes down there in the end. Didn't have the extra support that you were looking for, but awesome still somehow alive. What are they doing? They are going to get caught out, but finally taken down.
You got to watch out for Wisdom's Annihilation. They've almost got it. Cordy B needs to stay alive and get the sound barrier off.
They really do, because that's the only real ult in the game right now for the Pack Academy. The Annihilation comes through. It's going to connect to all 5, but there's the Pulse Bomb out and done, but nothing's found as Kigo takes down Wisdom. It is traded back. Plebeian is finding the pick of their own, but it's still looking good for Pack Academy. They've found all of the picks they need, but the only downside is it's in overtime. The respawns are coming back back. 3 people on the point. They need to focus these people down. But Kenku's found Cordy B out of this. The Death Blossom is available to hopefully solidify the fight, but the Dragon Strike coming out as well. Still nothing doing just yet for the Pack Academy. They need to find these last couple of players. Infinite's down. They just have to find out Wisdom, but it's not looking, it's very hard to take care of the rolling around Wrecking Ball, as that should be it though. The Annihilation to seal the deal. Pack Academy capture all 3 points.
Whoa, that was looking kind of dicey there for a second. I wasn't sure if Pack Academy was going to be able to pull that off. But honestly, just really good job surviving, even with the constant just touchers coming in, and just finally confirming all of the kills and getting that cap in. It's got to feel good. Even if you can only force a draw out of this at best, you've at least shown that like you're able to compete at that level with them, whereas map 1 didn't look very competitive. So that's got to feel good.
It really does, but now this is very unfortunate for them, Shadowfang. The only thing on the table is a draw, and well, the problem being there's 2 minutes and 27 seconds on the board for Vortex. That's a lot of fights. If they take things quickly, that's going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a few fights, like you said. It's gonna be up to Kigo to get these isolations out with the Mei wall, which will then allow Quiche and Overlord to try and take those players out. You're gonna probably just have to catch Wisdom with a wall and hope that you can kill them quickly.
Yeah, this is a very much an uphill battle for the Pack Academy, but they shown some resiliency. They showed their muster when it mattered most on their attacking phase. And now if they can keep things going, they might have a draw on their hands. But again, it is going to take some perfect Overwatch for them, as Kigo super low already, as Infinite takes them out. I think unless they can find another pick, I think it's all but over. And there it is, Plebeian going down. The healing no longer there. Vortex look to finish things off and take a 2-0 series lead in the grand finals.
Yeah, there you go. Like you said, all they needed was that one tick, so you really just have to get one pick, and as soon as Infinite is able to get that headshot with the Hanzo, which they were doing that a lot over the course of this map, they were getting a lot of headshots onto the squishy targets of Pack Academy. You can even argue that's the main reason Pack Academy didn't cap with any time, was due to Infinite consistently picking somebody off in the middle of a regroup.
Yeah, something's got to be done here very soon for Pack Academy. Obviously, they still have to lose 2 more maps, so that there's still time in their time in the series to, change things around. But it's getting too late now. 2-0 or 1-0, okay. You can come back next time. Now 2-0. This is where it gets a little dicey, and then if they go down 3-0, it's almost impossible to claw your way back from that.
Yeah. I really think if Pack Academy feels strong on any of these pokey sort of compositions, you could force one of the various Sigma maps that we have available on an escort if you really want to try and just totally swap up what's going on.
I mean, yeah. Circuit Royale not available in the grand scheme of things, and I don't know if that would even change really anything. I mean, obviously we'd probably see a Sigma coming out, but I don't think we'd see a Hanzo or a Widowmaker to force things as well. I do like the idea of Havana or Shambali from this. Obviously, it will continuously go into the towards sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Shambali is like you said, Sigma can be run on that, but I still think Lamatra is a little bit better on that. We saw Wisdom kind of dominate that, but Well, I guess that's going to be the choice for Pack Academy, though. We're going to be headed to Shambali Monastery.
Yeah, people do really seem to love this map. Pack Academy might try to force that Reinhardt pick on this map again. I've seen a lot of people try to do that as well, since it runs similarly to the Ramattra composition. Just usually you're swapping an Ana for a Baptiste.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see if they've had any changes of hearts. We do have a change of players though for Pack Academy. We have Overlord coming out now, and into their place, Mimic comes in.
All right, definitely curious. I wonder if they have a different hero pool, or if they are going to try and run that Sigma composition, and they just have a different tank that plays Sigma.
I mean, yeah, you do see that from time to time, people having specific tanks that. I mean, obviously, it's a lot easier to like master the tanks in an aspect for, say, a tier 2 game, a plat game, than, say, at the highest level of Overwatch. But but again, people have better heroes than them. So, I'm assuming that's what we see from Mimic coming out. We might also see, I mean, we could see something else, maybe even a Wrecking Ball coming in.
Yeah, I have seen quite a bit of Wrecking Ball played on this map before as well, so that wouldn't surprise me. And really just Wisdom, just the combination of Wisdom, Infinite, and Awesome seems to be doing a really good job of finding isolated targets every single fight. Just somebody. It doesn't matter what type of heroes they're playing either, whether they're playing like the Mei Ramatra style or the Tracer Wrecking Ball style. They seem to be really just well coordinated and on a string together.
Yeah, as we are about ready to head into the game. It looks like I might be wrong, maybe, but they are waiting to see. Well, I mean, obviously we're just waiting for the readies from both of these two rosters.
Yeah. It's trying to think of other ways the Pack Academy could sort of try to deal with this, and it seems like so far the best success Pack Academy has had is when they've just ran forward and pressed W as fast as they possibly can. Every time I've seen the Pack have successful fights, it's when they've just kind of all been in unison running at somebody, playing like a rush style comp. So I imagine they need to sort of stay on that same wavelength together and just find targets.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. The pick, I do like that idea of sticking with the those brawl compositions that was working well for Pack Academy. But again, it's just going to be a little bit more difficult to run on these escort map types that are so long in all these sight lines. It's very difficult to deal with said sight lines as a Reinhardt.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially if the side of Vortex are going to continue to run that Hanzo, just getting those picks from a distance. That was really just killing Pack Academy on kick throw. Like I said, that probably burned like 2.5 minutes off the clock by itself, just those random headshot picks.
It definitely did, as we are about to load into Shambali Monastery here, waiting to see, well, what we're going to see from these two rosters. We've had our discussion on what would probably be beneficial for them, but we can only tell after they pick them, as we do have another side swap coming through. Vortex back to the defense here as they come out of spawn and are... What? Wait, what?
Okay.
I'm so confused.
All right. So it's looking like the Wrecking Ball comp again. So that's interesting. And Pack Academy are going to go with the Reinhardt, Ana Lucio, and Reaper Symmetra. They're going to have a really difficult time with this Pharah.
Yeah, I'm just so confused here by the Pharah choice. I don't think I've ever really seen Pharah be ran on a hello Wisdom. There is an actually interesting spot that you can lob out your Junkrat mines and as well as honor grenades from the spawn of the attackers if you get it into a right position. But clearly they don't know that, or they might have done that. But Awesome is going to start things off here, finding Plebeian out. The Symmetra turrets are doing wonders. It's very hard for them to come in here as Mimics is already out of this fight as Vortex start off strong on defense.
Yeah, and if there's one thing I remember about Tier 2, it's that Pharah runs Tier 2. If you can't deal with a Pharah, you're going to have a long, long match. Quiche does immediately swap on. Okay, we're looking at Sombra, Echo, and then Moira Lucio swaps for this side of Pack Academy.
Yeah, something's got to change up here, and well, they've gone over to the Sombra now, as well as that Echo, like you were talking about, but it's going to come in over the top. Infinite already finding the damage down onto Cordy B. Mimic's gone down as well as, again, looks like Pack Academy have to... Oh, okay, a nice direct coming in from Infinite as well as Vortex force Pack Academy back again.
Yeah, with Kigo not having the pocket, I feel like it's just going to be too difficult for them to be able to 1v1 this Pharah with a pocket. And we're getting some more swaps again. Mimic goes on to the Ramatra, and Cordy has swapped onto the Brigitte.
Again, the merry-go-round of heroes from Pack Academy never stops currently, as they still have not found the answer to Infinite in the sky, as Infinite's found another three-piece.
Yeah, the Pharah is just, it's so strong. They're able to just kind of sit behind this building and just kind of hover while sitting on top of that spot, so you don't have to use any of your jet fuel, and you're able to just walk in with full jet fuel from above the enemy team. It's going to be really, really difficult to deal with. 4 ultimates coming in for Vortex as well. How's Infinite going to get this?
Well, that's the question, as Kigo's already found out Bird the dog. Now, things are looking on the up and up for the Pack Academy. To get the res here, Awesome does take down Mimic with the Pulse Bomb, but it's still looking good for the Pack Academy. They're moving this cart ever so slowly, but still moving it. As they find the focusing beam, kill onto Infinite. It is just Wisdom alive, and as well as Bird the dog, but they are going to be taken out ever so quickly with the sticky bombs of what are you doing, Kigo? Still, this cart's not making the progress that you might have hoped for.
Yeah, this contest from Wisdom is just doing so much right now and stopping this cart from moving. The EMP comes out.
EMP does come out, but there's no follow-up to it. Infinite does go down, but they've already found 2 with their barrage, and this is just looking disastrous for the Pack Academy. 30 seconds on the board.
Yeah, Wisdom is just doing so much on this Wrecking Ball to constantly disrupt and just be a nuisance to everyone on the team of Pack Academy.
As they've got to figure things out here and now. This is the last fight for the Pack Academy, and if they lose Plebeian early on, this is not gonna bode well for them here. Infinite's already found Kigo, the sound beer from Bird the dog, keeping them all up and healthy, everything going into the favor of Vortex here and now, as the Quiche is the last one to go as the overtime bar ticks away. Vortex holds on point number 1.
Yeah, and it's just too many different angles at the same time are being pushed into from Vortex that the Pack Academy just can't deal with all of these different things happening at the same time.
Yeah,
Like there's a wrecking ball pile driver, there's Vara rockets coming in, there's a tracer in your back line. Like it's a lot of different things just taking everybody out at once.
yeah, it really is. I mean, obviously there is still a chance that Pack Academy can hold on the defensive end. However unlikely it might seem, there is a strategy that I may be expecting from them, especially if I see Quiche go over to the... Okay, never mind. I was going to say I was expecting to see this hold that can happen in the coffee shop, I believe is what it's called. But no, not going to happen here at all. They are just going to take this fight out in the open. What I was expecting, Shadow Fang, is that if you hold in the room that we did see the Symmetra set up earlier on, you can hold it without needing to be out in the open. You are able to stop the cart with that, just because of how close the room is to the cart.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That's really good to know.
Yeah, it is kind of like that Dorado strat or the Route 66 strat, but, well, the strat is going to be let Infinite cook, and, well, Infinite's been infinitely doing that so far throughout. This is the Tracer 1v1 coming out on point, but, well, the honorable duel no longer that honorable as Bird the dog comes in to force them back, as now things are looking all but over. Wisdom takes away the perfect run from Infinite, but the red carpet's been laid out. They do get the touch from Kigo, but it's not going to be for much longer. Kenku takes him out with the kunai, and Vortex set themselves up onto grand finals point.
In pretty dominating fashion as well, I've got to say. Hopefully Pack Academy is able to figure out how to deal with Infinite and Wisdom are just always in such good unison in diving these backliners. It is crazy. Look right here. There you go. I mean, this is a good direct rocket, wow, actually. But the pile driver and the rockets just coming in unison. The Ramatra punches and the slows with the Hanzo arrows and the other in the King's Row, like just a lot of nice plays.
Yeah, and we are going to be heading into a short little break, and we do finally have, I know a lot of people really love our Be Right Back screen. We have a new one for you for this break, so stick around, check that out, and wait for us to come back for the conclusion of the grand finals right after this.
Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yours.
Our inside here, you know, you get an insight and you know something, you know, but you don't want to say it out loud because you're kind of afraid that it's not going to be really true and it'll spoil the whole thing for you, you know. But when somebody makes you say it, then, and it's true, then it just makes it more beautiful of a thing.
Welcome back, everyone. This is match point. This is grand finals point now, as Vortex have currently just dominated the lobby. 3-0 in the favor for them currently. Now, this is where it has to change for the Pack Academy, and that map is going to be Coliseum. We were talking about this. I mean, if you want a force brawl, you head into Coliseum.
Yeah, it's definitely the best of the three push maps that we have to try and force that. And as you can see by our scoreline, Kings Row, the map where they were able to force that brawl, has been the closest map so far. So maybe we're in for another close map here, with them being able to force the composition that they're stronger at.
See, the thing is with push, if the Pack Academy can start things off in a dominant fashion, they can set themselves up for victory. It is the nature of push, is very much a tug of war, but once you get it to a certain positioning in the game, it's kind of difficult to change it back into the other team's favor.
Yeah, the really good thing about push is that once you have an advantage in push, you can then decide where fights are going to take place. The advantage that you end up having as the team that is down is that you sort of get to decide when fights will happen. So you can force them, earlier or later, but the other team that is in the lead will always be able to force the positioning of the fight. And like you said, that checkpoint, very crucial, because there are a lot of times once you get that checkpoint first, you're able to kind of just take that fight back to the midpoint of the map. And if you're able to win that fight, then we're going right back to the checkpoint. And even if you lose, you're just going to go back to mid and fight again. So you can end up in a really tough loop to get out of on push if you get that checkpoint first.
Yeah, so I'm, what was I gonna just say here? I'll talk about this while we wait in for to go into the game. I saw this this defense of Coliseum when I was in Kentucky for a LAN from Miami of Ohio, and it is an aspect of C9 defense. take these fights in these these very weird and odd places, and in the midst of these fights, you have your Lucio take the bot back into into your favor, as and you do that over and over again, and I mean it really works well until you get found out.
Yeah, it's sort of like the old Sombra C9s on escort maps. Like, you can get pretty far with it before people will notice that you've actually taken the bot, or in that case, the cart, to even further than it should be going. And looks like the Pack Academy is thinking about this Ramatra potentially.
And I mean, so we have some swaps coming in as well. Kish is over to the Ramatra here. Overlord back into the game. Well, Kish is going to go over to the Diva here in the end. Overlord's back in the game onto the support line, and Kitsune Tora is finally into the game here, playing the Mercy for the Pack Academy.
Yeah, so it looks like we're looking at dueling Pocket Echoes, actually, which I did not think I would be seeing on Colosseo, but it should be fun to watch.
Yeah, it definitely should be. As a nice sleep dart comes in, but the follow-up coming in, but the peel that it was available in the end, that's not enough, though, to hold on to it, as Kigo, it does find awesome, but still, it's up to Vortex continuing to push this objective. Wisdom coming in with the plays, the pile drivers doing wonders for Vortex.
Yeah, just a really nice kill confirms there from the side of Vortex to finish that fight off, and they're going to get a little bit of bot push, but there's definitely going to be a contest at probably around 25-30 meters or so, and you just really want to see, can somebody stop Wisdom from getting all this value on the Wrecking Ball?
Is going to be the question. This nice sleep dart comes in, just kind of, just ignore them and let them do whatever they really feel like. But Forks, that's what happens. Wisdom just goes in with a nice pile driver. Is already taking Kitsune Tora out, and the follow-up from that pile driver, Infinite's able to take on Kigo, and now this bot has not really stopped here. Shadow Fang, they're almost to the butt scratch mode.
Yeah, they're gonna get that checkpoint, and they're gonna have 3 to 4 ultimates coming in here. Quiche has swapped over to this Ramatra pick as well. Really, they just got to be able to deal with this minefield that's about to come out from Wisdom.
They've got to deal with it, and the butt scratch has been unlocked for Vortex. This has been a very quick push map. This is one of the quickest ones I've seen so far, but Kigo is going to start things off, though, in response. 1-2 picks for the Echo in the sky for Pack Academy. Another one bites the dust in his, the Pack Academy look to get the bot into their favor.
Yeah, they do finally win that fight out, and they're going to be able to push it. But Vortex still has 4 of their ultimates available. They only use the minefield there. So I really want to see what value Kigo can get here. You might honestly want to copy Lucio and get Sound Barrier.
Yeah, well, they're going to come in with a copy onto the Ramatra, already building up the Annihilation. That's just so much damage as Infinite comes through with 2 with their own Annihilation, forcing back Pack Academy yet again and getting the bot back into their favor.
Yeah, that was crazy, crazy value off the copy there for Infinite. And the Ramatra punches being able to cleave through multiple targets does make him an ideal copy target. You can punch like maybe 2 times and you'll get that Ramatra ult. It's really strong.
Yeah, now they do have their own copy to come in, and Kitsune Tora is going to find out also. But it's going to be very hard for them to stay in position with Wisdom come into the backline. But hey, they take them out. Kigo is gone, though, before they can use their copy. But still, in the end, it looks like Pack Academy are able to stave off the aggression coming in from Vortex, but the res comes through in the end, still not swapped over, and still Vortex continues to push the sound barrier and invested by Bird the Dog. Infinite's found too, and awesome. Not gonna be outdone either, as still this bot continues to move in the favor of Vortex.
Yeah, it's just been really good pushes here repeatedly by Vortex. Wisdom has another minefield coming out. Overlord has swapped onto the Sombra, though, to hopefully try and deal with the Wrecking Ball. Nice mines.
The minefields might have really sealed the deal here. This is looking all but over for the Platinum Grand Finals as the focusing beam comes through. This should be the end of it all, but the annihilation does come in from Quiche. They need to find some picks off the back of it, but that's not going to be the case. Things are almost over. The last remaining players from Pack Academy trying to stall things out, but it is only futile. There are only so much they can do. The Roadhog swap to try to stall for more time. That's not going to happen. The overclock copy comes through, not going to find anything. Still, they're buying for time. They're still waiting to complete this map, but it looks to be the end. The true gladiators of the Platinum Division are Vortex.
Absolutely dominating fashion as well. Quick 4-0 for Vortex. The Pack Academy could never figure out this Wrecking Ball composition. It was just too strong. Constantly getting a target isolated out, and just Infinite and Awesome being able to dive backliners. It was just, man, really just a really strong dive comp, honestly.
It really was, and again, this is when, like I was talking about earlier, when things are as normal as, say, normal Tier 2 games are, this doesn't, it's not really, it's really hard to come back when they're playing not a typical comp for Platinum Division. But we are going to head to a little break here. We are going to have an interview from one of your winning team of Vortex. Do not go anywhere. That interview right after this.
Got lots of love. 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 Got lots of love.
right, everyone. We are back here now for the interview. We've got Wisdom on the mic here. And well, the first question I have for you, Wisdom, is obviously, how does it feel to win the Plat Tier Grand Finals?
Feels good. I'm glad we won.
Mhm.
We were so nervous, like, this whole season. Especially, like, we did really good at the beginning, and then we did kind of bad. So we were nervous, but we did it.
Yeah, you definitely, oh, sorry. Shadow, you can go.
Okay, yeah. All right. What would you say was like that turning point? Because you said you had a little down second half. What was like that turning point for you guys where you really like picked it up and were able to become this top tier 2 team?
Ball comp. Started, like, actually playing ball right.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, we got to a bunch of coaches. Our coaches helped us out a lot. We scrimmed very much. And then, yeah, it got better.
I want to talk about the pickup of Infinite because you and Infinite were doing wonders for Vortex here today. How did that help you guys really solidify that roster?
Oh, okay. So our roster was good beforehand, but, like, he was our best DPS even after we picked him up. So we were like, mainly were just playing around him the whole time because I think he's the best in tier 2 currently.
Okay. Let's see here. Obviously, now I believe have you climbed out of the Plat SR range? So are you going to continue going through the CGL tiers, or is this going to be a one and done for you?
Probably. Like, the season gave me masters, so I might go. I'm probably gonna go tier 4.
All right, that's perfect. And Shadi, do you have anything else?
Really just. So how'd you feel about the overall season? Like when you really just wrap a bow on it nicely with the championship like this? What do you think?
It was a good season. We had many, like, ups and downs throughout the way. I switched from DPS to tank, and our tank switched from tank to support. So it was kind of confusing, but we picked it up really well, and we were able to still perform good.
Yeah, definitely. That ball comp was absolutely dominant, man. Looked really good on the hero as well. And I think we have one other thing to say here, Joker.
So, as you know, Wisdom, there is a tier 2 MVP dedicated to Liberty, who unfortunately passed away during the season. And it's perfect that you are here now because I have been told that you are, in fact, the Liberty tier 2 MVP.
Oh, actually?
Yes, you are indeed.
That's a W.
Yes, that is, definitely.
I'm surprised, actually.
Yeah, you're surprised?
I think Infinite should have got it. I don't know.
But I mean, hey, you're the one, the victor, the chosen MVP. So before we end things off, we're gonna let you shout out some people that you want to hear, Wisdom.
Okay. Like right now?
Yeah.
Okay. My team, they're all good. Kenku and Bird Dog were, like, the very first people to start this team. Ziltrum, he coached me, and then our coaches Rose, Atomic, Robot. They made us who we are now. They made us the GOATs, the best.
Wow.
About it.
Thank you for doing this interview with us here, Wisdom. And go celebrate with your team.
I will.
You really want to. But as they head out of the lobby or the VC. We're going to end things off here, Shadow. Thank you guys all for being here throughout the CGL season. We still have some more grand finals coming forward, so make sure to stick around. Make sure to follow the stream, as that you're not going to want to miss the rest of the grand finals. So this has been it. Thank you all for watching. It's been me, Joker's Ransom, him, Shadow Fang on the mics. We've got a bunch of observers to thank as well. We've got Hippie doing the production. We've got Lottie. We've got Little Joe, Joey, and unfeatured And I mean, thank you. I mean, without them, we wouldn't have had as much. I mean, fantastic views and things of the maps. But that's going to be, and obviously, I want to thank Ted Rammer for being Head Rammer, for continuing this running. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. Peace out and have a wonderful rest of your night.
Good night, everybody.